let's see here. James in Spokane, Washington. Hey, James, thanks for watching Free Speech TV. What's on your mind?
Good to see and hear from you, Tom. I want to mention Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. As good a people as they are, I've not heard them flat come out and denounce capitalism.
I have heard, I can't speak for Elizabeth Warren, but I've certainly heard Bernie on numerous occasions talk about unrestrained capitalism, unregulated capitalism, the danger that it does. I don't think he's willing to, or any American politician would be willing to trash capitalism as a whole, the way that, for example, Richard Wolff would. But, you know, why is that? Go ahead.
Well, I think that's the root cause. Capitalism. Hello?
Is it, in your mind, is it capitalism or is it unregulated capitalism? Because it seems to me that, or at least I've thought for many, many years that appropriately regulated capitalism can work as an economic system. But what we've seen over and over and over again and throughout the history of this country and many other countries around the world is that capitalists will inevitably, even when they're well regulated, will inevitably figure out ways to corrupt the political system. I think the best example is the history of the Powell Memo here in the United States and what they've done since 1971. You know, seizing control of the Supreme Court, seizing control of Congress, seizing control of state houses, all on behalf of capital. And the problem is that, you know, I mean, Bernie comes right out and says, I'm a democratic socialist. Now, that's politics, not economics, but the socialist part, I think, is the economics part. Do you know of any country where capitalism has been ended and it has been replaced with a system that works? I don't.
No, but I don't know where it's been successful either. Ultimately.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
I don't know any place either where it's been successful.
Where capitalism has been successful.
Yeah, where it has not been co-opted and taken over.
Well, the horrible conundrum, James, is that capitalism really can build an economy, can build a country, and we've seen this in the United States. We've seen it repeatedly. That's the upside. The downside is that, you know, we had slavery because of capitalism. We had, you know, it was the great victory of capitalism, you know, prior to the 1830s or the 1860s. We had, you know, the oligarchs, the rise of Rockefeller and whatnot. You know, yeah, they built railroads, you know, Jay Gould and those guys, all these other oligarchs. They built the railroads, but at what price to our society? But I don't see an easy replacement for capitalism for the growth. That's, you know, and then the downside, of course, is that it resembles cancer. I mean, you know, unlimited growth is what cancer cells do.
Yep. One more point, Tom, if I might.
Yeah.
Last week I called in. That lawyer had been on defending the Second Amendment, and he commented that a war, you know, if we tried to control arms the way we have drugs, it would be just as much a failure. And the point he missed, of course, was that the corruptive influence of dishonest controllers that allow for importation and distribution. Now that's why the war on drugs has been ineffective.
Yeah, that was Neil Flasterstein. Yeah, I thought that was the weakest argument he made. James, thanks a lot for the call, and thanks for watching us there in Spokane on Free Speech TV. We'll be right back.